Hi. Y'all got to give me a minute on how to work this live because this is like my first time. I just did like a little minute to see if you can hear me and stuff like that because it's like a new feature that I was playing with my laptop and I'm like, okay, well, I don't have to have 1,000 subscribers to go live. I can go live right now, So I downloaded it and then 24 hours later, that's when they said, it's ready to go. And I have been like procrastinating, like, okay, I'm gonna do it. But it's like the longer I take to do whatever it is that God has for me to do, the longer it's going to take for me to get whatever it is that God has for me to get, from my obedience. So it's like I'm trying to get this thing as quick as possible. I'm trying to get whatever my blessing is, whatever that lies for my family and I on behalf of me being obedience. Like I can't push it off another second. Like I need it right now. And that's why I'm on here because I want you to have your blessing and your pathway to abundant life, not just here on this earth, but the ultimate luxury is we get to be with Jesus forever in heaven. So we have to be on our way to that. And a lot of us, we're not, and that's just the truth of the matter. But before I just go to, talking and stuff like that, let me say a prayer. Father God, in the name of Jesus, I am your battle axe. Use me as you please. Come through my vocal cords, God, and say what it is to be said in this hour, God. Unafraid, unashamed. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, so I know we all heard the saying, if you know better, you do better. And a lot of us, we think we're doing better, but we're not because we're not in alignment with God. The devil, he puts on a facade to make us feel like, we're well on our way. But the truth of the matter is, God says, unless your foundation is built on me, everything else is sinking sand. So let's just say, you are doing well right now, but if your foundation and your roots is not in Jesus Christ, then it's just a matter of time that it's going to fall. It doesn't matter how long you stood up and worked on your business. It don't matter about your clientele right now. It doesn't matter about nothing that you have going on right now. You could be eating the good of the land and, traveling and, eating, and everything is just luxury. Everything is luxury. Your car, your house, your clothes, your jewelry, everything symbolizes success except your foundation. Your foundation is a hot mess, and just like the houses, they said the houses and the different stores, the different things that are built in this generation, when a hurricane come or a strong storm comes, it get wiped up so fast because it was built so fast. But we're just looking at the outer like, oh, they really building this neighborhood quickly. And, that store was just there, girl, last week they was just starting it. And now a whole store, a whole laundromat, a whole restaurant. It just took them a couple weeks. But so being that they're doing it so fast to be profitable so fast, because the longer it takes for them to build something, that means the longer it's going to take for them to get the revenue. But if they build it quickly and get the people in quickly, then here comes the money quickly. But you see that word quickly, just like it's coming quickly, it will leave quickly because you missed out on the part that you were supposed to take the most time with, and that was the foundation. That was the foundation. You just hurried up and just, laid some stuff down real quick. You just hurried up and just, beat the hammer real quick with the nails real quick just so you could build it up real quick. But being that it's not sturdy, being that it's not solid, being that it doesn't have no roots, that means it's going to come down real quick. So all of that laboring that you did, all of that rushing, all of that hurrying up, so you can go ahead and make this money, it's going to be in vain because the same money you bought in is the same money you're going to have to put out, if not more. And then you got to start all over again from scratch. That's just how this thing works. So let's just say, rappers, I'm gonna put y'all on blast. Okay, and I'm coming down the road. Okay, you sign this, you sign, and Offset, he said it. I seen this from Offset. He said, you know, you young and you sign a contract, you in your 20s and even 30s, and people signing these things at 40s because they like the times is hard. Let me just get it how I get it. They give you a couple $1,000,000 or whatever, $2-3 million or whatever, and you got a popping record, and you hurry up and you sign it. You didn't even read what you signed, and then they're making so much money off your song. They've made their investment back within the first month, but you're indebted to them. So therefore, you got to keep on producing these songs, going to the studios, doing all of these tours and everything like that. You done blew the money already. You done bought you a car and a chain or whatever like that. You still stay with somebody. You still stay with your auntie or something. Or you might have put down on a condo or something, but you didn't pay the whole thing because you like, well, I'm gonna keep this money coming in. But you realize like it's slowly, just not slowly, but it's fastly it's just blowing in the wind. Like it's just blowing in the wind. You was balling. Okay, you got a couple $1,000,000. I say you was balling for like a good 2 months, if that. Some of y'all probably a month with the 2 million, because everybody gonna want to be your friend, and then you're gonna try to, live this lifestyle that you are not going to be able to keep up with. But it seems that way, because you never touch this type of money. So the money is just going so fast or whatever. You didn't seek God to even see if that was the contract that he had for you. You just moved speedily. So you built your house on sand because you got the car. I mean, you got the condo, but remember, it's rented. You got the car, you got all of that, but you realize that when it break down, you can't even, take it to the shop, to the mechanic. You realize in the oil change is $700 or whatever. You don't even have $700. So now it's like you didn't seek God. You moved too fast. You move too quick. Why? Because you've seen that money. The devil is getting so many people with this money. Same thing from actresses. Taraji P. Henson has said, like, the math is not mathing. I'm doing all of these movies, but by the time I end up paying my staff, my makeup crew, my hair crew, all of this, and I'm left with nothing. And I'm the one who's studying for these roles. I'm the one got to sacrifice sleep and all of this and all of this other stuff that they be having y'all sacrifice, because there's some sacrifices. Oh, yeah. It's some sacrifices. See, either way it goes, y'all, to the top, it's sacrifices and prices that have to be paid. You just have to see within yourself which one you want to pay. See, that's why so many people settle for just being average and regular, because it's expensive to be successful. It's expensive if you want to get in that 1%, that 2%. It's going to cost you something that you're not going to want to pay. Like, you don't want to come out your comfort zone. But see, God's way, yes, it is a lot that his children have to do. It is a hefty price that we have to pay, but I'd rather pay it now than pay it later. See, the devil, just like the contracts or whatever with the rappers, and he'll make you get it. He'll let you get it right then. Like, you're going to get that money right then. You're going to get that bag right then. But you're going to have to pay later. Not only are they pimping you because they recruit their investment the first month, but you got to keep going to the studio. You got to stay doing all of these tours. You tired. You didn't blew through your money, but they're not even trying to hear that you need some more money, because they gave you that, like, for you to handle your business. But we get caught up in this lifestyle trying to keep up with other people who's renting stuff. That's not even a jewelry. That's not even a clothes. That's not even everybody perping. Everybody putting on this facade. For what? With God's way, okay, yes, it's going to cost you some humility. It's going to cost you people laughing at you. It's going to cost you people talking about you. It's going to cost all of that. But if that's the price that you have to pay so your life can be solid, so your foundation can be solid, then so be it. Y'all, that's the attitude we have to have. Yes, people are going to laugh at me. Yes, people are going to talk about me because it's taking me a lot longer than it's taking y'all. I still got this Honda Accord. Y'all done leveled up or whatever. You got your little Benz or whatever. Okay, I see you. Okay, you might even got a little Porsche. You got the BMW truck. I see you. Everybody see you. We see you. You got the drip. Okay, you got the Balenciagas. All of that. I see you. But the whole thing is you got all of this on display, but your roots, they're not rooted in Jesus. They're on something shaky. So when all of this, when God come and shake up all of this, because God says he's separating the wheat from the tares. So when he comes and shake up everything that's not rooted in him, and you're a part of that, all of the stuff you have, you're going to have to sell it, because how else are you going to be able to survive out here? Whatever you had going on is disintegrated, because God didn't tell you to do that. You just took it upon yourself because of the money, and you're like, I'm just going to do what I want to do. But I know y'all heard that saying, a hard head make a soft behind. It's so many people just doing what they want to do because they see the numbers, not knowing that the numbers that God want to give you, it don't even compare to that. It's peons, it's peanuts. You selling your soul for a couple million. I was going to give you a couple billion, if not a couple trillion, but you just had to go his way. You had to stay in your own lane. Your life have to be in alignment with his principles. You have to do the word. That's why the devil, he tries to make it so hard for you to do the word. He got so much temptation. He got so many people just coming at you, just doing wrong. And they supposed to be your friends. And then you are on some following type stuff because you know better. You know better. You was brought up in the church. You're hearing God is drawing you closer to him. You hearing like, look, I need you to tap into your purpose. I need you to seek me. I need you to stay out the world. I need you to just focus. You're hearing all of that. But if you was to tell them that, then they would look at you as lame, and you don't want to be looked at as lame. So you're like, let me just go y'all way. And then they end up leading you to a path of destruction. Like, all of y'all gonna get shook up when this thing shake up. The devil, he'll give it to you now. He'll give you everything you need now. But you have to pay the ultimate price later, and that's with your soul. Burning in fire forever with your soul. I don't think a lot of y'all, I literally don't think none of y'all think about that. Because if you literally thought about that, then none of the stuff that you are doing for money or, clout or whatever it is, you wouldn't even go that route, because you're like, I'm not finna lose my soul. But y'all just doing whatever because it's giving you immediate gratification, not realizing the long-term play of this thing. Y'all, if y'all only knew, like, the things that I have had to endure while building my foundation and still building it, still trying to make sure that thing is airtight to where it's no nooks or crannies coming in, you would be like, oh my gosh. I had to put my head down. I had to focus. I cannot be focused on what's the latest lace or what's the latest, shoes, or what's the latest this or no, I can't be focused on all of that. I'm going to let y'all have that. That's the attitude that y'all need to have. Whatever the world is having right now, or if they flossing, or not if, they're flossing, and it seems like they're being prosperous and stuff like that. Let them have that. Let them have that. And you focus on what you got to do. You focus on whatever it is that God told you to do. And then when you finish your process, then God will have you step back on the scene and you demolishing everything that they possibly think that they were doing. Like, this thing is a setup. Like, let people talk, let people laugh. God says humility before honor. It is going to be humiliating when you are truly seeking God and he's giving you instructions for your life. But no, I'm building my foundation. Example, you might have purchased the house or whatever, and you have a 30-year mortgage, but you're not able to seek God properly because you trying to make sure that your bills are paid. But God didn't tell you to get that house. You just got it on your own. So you could be like, oh, I got a house. Yeah, you got a house, but you got all of this debt. And you're not able to really, really tap in and seek instructions from God because you're too busy trying to keep up with the debt. So therefore, you miss out pretty much on your whole life of living a fulfilled life. Like God didn't even tell you to do that. He had a deed waiting for you, but you took on this mortgage, you took on all of this. So now you can't even seek God on the level he wants you to because you're so busy worried about your life. Versus if you would have sought God, God would have said, bet, I need you to move back in with your mama. It's just her in that house or whatever, her and your granddaddy or whatever like that. I need y'all to move back in or whatever. You still got your room there. I need you to move back in, get some pallets or whatever. Like, I need y'all to do that or whatever. Just do it for a year. And I need you to seek me on a whole nother level. She said you ain't have to pay no bills or nothing like that. You just seek me. I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you the plan for your life. Being that you do not want to humble yourself and move back in with your mama, your auntie, your cousin, or whoever that God has ordained for you. Because one thing I know about this process is that he have people, places, and things that is going to help supply your needs on this journey. Now, whether or not you want to go that route or not, that it boils down to what's inside of you. Like, if you're prideful, then you're gonna be like, I'm not doing that. I'm not staying with her. I'm not going to Metropolitan. I'm not doing. But it's in you doing that you're gonna find out like more about your purpose. You're going to be seeking God on a whole nother level to where it's like he lays out this blueprint. Like, okay, and here's your next instruction. Here's your next instruction. But if God's first instruction was for you to get to whoever house or to downgrade from a 3-bedroom to a 1-bedroom, it's some kind, I don't know what the sacrifice is, but you best to believe it's a sacrifice that it has to be paid so you can seek God the way that you're supposed to be seeking him. It's going to be one that, a person is going to have enough grace to say, you know what, I don't need you to do nothing but just seek God and just focus on what God is telling you. Like, that person will just be in alignment with you. Like, it will be like y'all are on one accord. That person is not going to be like, well, a man don't work, a man don't eat. That person is not going to be telling you about getting a job. That person is going to try to help you level up even the more. So whoever God has in alignment with you in your purpose and stuff like that to help you get to your purpose, that person is going to have enough grace on them to help you level up. That person is going to definitely be with you, and then you'll notice when God is shifting things, when that person start acting funny and stuff like that, that's when God will order your stuff to, okay, you just stay with your mama, now I need you to stay with your cousin because I just graced them to be able to have enough grace so you can finish seeking me, the way you're supposed to seek me, so you don't have to worry about your life. They handling things or whatever, and letting them handle it, because when you level up, you're going to be able to handle everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be able to help everybody who has helped you. You're going to be able to do that. So I know examples. I know nobody wants to stay with people. I know nobody wants to go the humbling route. Who wants to do that? But when you need to seek God on a whole nother level, whatever it is that needs to be done, you're going to do it because you trying to break this code here. I need straight focus. I cannot be focused on all of these things of the world because God says don't worry about your life. But so many times we do worry about our life. And because we're worried about our life, if a job come along and they say, I pay 20, I pay 30, whatever it is, you're looking at that, not knowing that God got so much better for you. But you have to tap in. You have to sacrifice. Everything is sacrifice. I was listening to a song, and God, he's definitely helping me with this. But I was in a car, right? And I was at the light. I'm just scrolling through the channels or whatever like that. And I like me a good beat. Like, I like a good bop. And the song, I'm listening to the words. I'm like, God, forgive me for my sin. God, help me. Oh, Jesus, help me, Lord. This beat so serious. Like, and I'm listening to it. And the words was like, if you want to be the boss, you got to pay a cost. And I'm like, wow, like, it's a cost everywhere. Like, you got to pay the cost. Like, you either going be regular, like we talked about, or if you want to be like the man, if you want to be like the woman, like it is sacrifices that you have to do. The devil will tell you what you're gonna have to do to actually be in that spot. And being that you want to level up, you don't want to be regular. You want to be shining even more. You want to be everybody looking at you, like you got it going on even the more, then you're going to have to do even the more than the average person. So therefore, that could consist of anything. It could consist of killing people. They getting real with this Illuminati thing, y'all. It could consist of, okay, so we talked about the blood sacrifices. It could consist of selling more drugs, selling yourself even the more, like whatever it is, like you're just so open and so vulnerable to like bring it on, not knowing when you think you're going up, you're really going down. This thing is a setup. But see, with God, and he has you do stuff even the more, and you're like, God, come on now, I didn't just stay with my auntie and them, man, come on, God. And he like, okay, but I need you to stay with your cousin too, like, and then everybody laughing at you like you done fell completely off. And I mean, they is talking about you bad. You hear me? Like, oh my God. They is talking about you so bad. Everybody is laughing at you and everything. And you're just like, I'm just trying to seek God. I'm just trying to do his will. But they laughing at your clothes. They laughing at your shoes because they might have on the new J's and you still got them black and white ones. And that was from 5 colors ago. Like you used to be up on your Jordan game. Okay. But now it's like, you is looking real crazy out here because you still got the black and white ones. They came out with the green and white ones, the purple white ones, the pink and blues, like, and you still on the same color, but they don't know, like, you not on that no more. Like, yeah, when I come out, I'm gonna be able to buy the whole shoe store. But right now, if I just gotta rock these black and white J's, because they pretty much go with everything, especially if you was to have the all black ones, okay? Like, it don't matter, like, but if that's what it is, that's what it is. Like, I don't know what you're into or whatever that's like materialistic, but when you're on this walk with God, you're gonna have to can that. Whether it's queens, y'all getting y'all hair done all the time. Like, look, it ain't laces, every month like that on this process. Trust me, I know. God, I have you go to Amazon and get you some crochet braids or whatever like that. And the ones that you could reuse about 8-9 times, like, and just have somebody braid you down, and you're gonna have to rock them crochets, and you're gonna have to say, my time is coming. Whatever it is, the list goes on and on and on. It could be a car, you could have just been and copped that 745. No, it's not 745. Oh, I'm so outdated with the BMW. It's some BMW truck. Maybe the 760 or something. I don't know. I'm talking about 745. Let me get back into this time, right? You could have, it's some BMW truck that's so serious. That thing is bubbled out and everything. But let's just say you went to go cop. I think it's the 760. You went to go cop that bad boy, but the payments is 760. Like, you can't handle that. God might say, I need you to take that, sweetie pie, take that back to the dealership and go on and get your bucket. I know you don't want to drive that Honda. I know you don't want to drive that little bucket, that little Max. I know you don't want to do it, but you ain't have no payments. It's paid off. And you can take that 760 because really it's going to be like $1,000, if not more than that, with insurance and everything like that. You can take that and you can take a good portion and feed the homeless people and go, and pass out blankets and pass out toiletries and clothes and shoes. You can go and do spiritual work with that money, like every month you could set aside that and, be really leveling up in the spiritual realm. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's spiritual principles to this thing, like, so God will have you just do different, like do different with your money. And you're doing it for the kingdom of God. And then it's just a matter of time that it's going to manifest here on earth because you're building up your spiritual account. So when we take our eyes off building the natural account and we're saying, God, we're going to build up our spiritual account, it's just a matter of time that what we have done in the spiritual is going to manifest in the natural. And it's going to manifest so much to where people are going to be like, oh my goodness, girl, is really the boss out here. Like, they ain't really gonna see a change and a difference, and that's because you changed. You did things different. You all heard the saying, if you want different, you have to move different. But if you are moving in the same direction as everybody else, you're gonna get what everybody else get, y'all. We got to change. We got to get in alignment with the spiritual principles of God. And that only comes by us seeking Him, finding out what it is He wants us to do, and do it. Because if we don't, just like the example I gave in my description, our life will be a hot mess, will be all over the place. When a car's tires is not aligned, that car is swerving in every lane. It's not right. It's bumpy. It's shaky because our car tires, they need an alignment. We're wondering why things in our life are all over the place. And that's because we're not in spiritual alignment with God, y'all. We're not in alignment. And then, the media, Instagram, the Facebook, the everything that you see, these people not making it no better because they trying to have you hop on their train or whatever, what's working for them. And then you just go ahead and do it or whatever in hopes that it's going to work for you. And let's just say it does for a little minute, but you cannot just invest all of that in that if God didn't say that. Like, you have to see God in everything. He says, in all thy getting, get an understanding. We got to stop doing stuff just to do stuff. We got to make it count. Everything. Everything. It has to count. Make it count. Stop just doing stuff because of the immediate gratification. Think of long term. Look how this world is shaking upside down. It's all over the place. So being that the world is all over the place, you don't want to be all over the place too. You want to be rooted in God, rooted in Jesus, rooted in His word. So when this world do, I don't care how high the eggs get. If they $7 right now and they go in the store $14, it don't make you no difference because guess what? God's children got bank, baby. It don't matter. I don't care if you got these eggs $100. It doesn't matter. Because I'm not shaken and moved by what's in the world because I'm operating in a whole different system. I'm operating in kingdom. So while you sitting up here panicking or whatever because, the prices and everything is just off the chain, the gas and everything like that, I'm sitting over here cool as a cucumber. Period. Why? Because I built my foundation. While y'all laughing at me, I built my foundation. While y'all talking about me, it doesn't matter because I'm building my foundation. Never, ever will you see somebody out there, the construction workers in their finest clothes and finest linen and finest shoes and all of this stuff. No, they're not focused on what y'all thinking about them. Y'all see them or whatever when you driving or whatever and y'all at the light and you stop and you seeing them working. They have their head down. They got them axes out. They got the saws out. Dirt everywhere. But they working on something. They working on something. And then they'll lift their head up when they finish like, this is what I'm working on. This is what I was working on the whole time. Now let me get cleaned up. Let me get cleaned up or whatever. Like, because I finished what I had started. I didn't worry about y'all. Y'all was at the light laughing at me or whatever because, my glasses jiggling. I got the saw out. I got the hard head shaking and everything. Like, I'm out the dust all over my face. I wasn't paying attention to y'all. I was still focusing on building whatever it is that I had to build. And because of that, because I focused in, now I got a finished project behind me that's beautiful, that's going to be very profitable because I didn't care what y'all was thinking about me. I went into Walmart, right? And a sign, it stood out to me. And it's like God was saying, daughter, you're right. You're on something. And it says, a better us starts with dust or whatever like that. And it was dust everywhere or whatever. And, they working on expanding the aisles and stuff like that. And they just trying to make the store beautiful. But in order for that store to be beautiful, it's gonna have to be dusty, baby. It's gonna get dirty. That's just the process. So a lot of us, we get a little dirt on us and be like, oh my gosh, I'm out. Not knowing if you finished it, baby, you gonna be pine all clean, but you gotta finish what you started. And yes, it is gonna be dirty. Nothing about God's process is sweet and cute. That's why he says the cowardly, you're not making it in. This thing costs you everything. If you're not gonna invest everything in this gospel, if you're not gonna invest everything in the kingdom of God, then you're right. You should quit. You should, because it takes everything, y'all. Everything, and then some, and then some, and then some. You're gonna keep saying and then some until the day you die, because God wants everything up out of you. He don't want you withholding nothing. We gave everything to the devil when we were serving him. We did everything he asked us to do. And what did it profit us? Nothing. It still left us broke, busted, and disgusted. But if we take that same energy and we come on God's side and we say, God, it's all or nothing. What? We are going to succeed. We are going to have a robe on. We are going to make it to heaven. We're going to have our eternal life. The blessings and the luxurious things that this world has to offer is just as we're passing through. But that's not the goal, y'all. The goal is eternal life. He just blesses us with the perks along the way. We have to sound the alarm. This world is saturated with everybody just doing everything but seeking God. The devil makes sure that you skip that step. He wants everybody to skip that step of seeking God. And we seek money, and we seek things, and we seek places, and we seek everything. Like, God knows that we need all of this stuff that we be standing and asking him for. He knows that. He said, just like I feed the birds of the air, I do the same thing for you. They not flying around with no EBT cards, y'all, and they get fed very good. Them birds eat lavish, you hear me? But they did not expect that. All they did was have their trust and their hope in the Lord, y'all. God did not make us to just be working on other people's jobs and not working on our own. He did not do that. He wants us to go deeper, tap within. And when you do that, y'all, now you building something. Now your children to have something when you leave here. You're not gonna be here forever. I don't know why y'all think you are. It's just a matter of time that you gonna clock out of here. And you have to make sure that you have something set up. You cannot pass on the job that you're working at to your kids and say, well, make sure you hire them when I leave. Well, you can't pass. Okay, you pass it on an insurance policy. But like I said before, when my dad died, I was supposed to get $250,000. I didn't get $250. I didn't get nothing. I didn't even get a quarter of that. I thought I was going to get $250,000. That's right. I didn't get a quarter. They told me that my daddy didn't die right. I'm on the phone. Like, what you mean? Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna get a Escalade. Like, I wasn't even playing. I was gonna get a truck. Like, I was gonna slide through. Like, they told me, they psyched my berries. They told me, no, ma'am, your dad did not die right. And I'm like, what do you mean he didn't die right? Like, he died. They said that's not in the policy. And see, my dad, he's not allowed to say, well, no, that's not what y'all told me. That's not why I paid $50,000 or gave y'all however, amount that he gave through those months. He's not allowed to say, and you can't read the policy because they'll say that that's, against privacy, they privacy laws. So I don't know what my dad signed. But anyway, make a long story short, you can't count on that. The only thing that you can count on is if you build something and you're able to pass that on. That's guaranteed. That is guaranteed. That's why God says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, not no life insurance policy. So we got to get caught up. We got to get out of the mindset of, just doing things that the world want us to do. We going by their system. We're in the kingdom. So we operate differently. And because we operate differently, people looking at us differently because I'm not moving like y'all. I want to go to the mall too. And I want to get that car too. And I want to have a house like that too. But right now, if I got to stay up in this efficiency at Motel 6 or whatever like that until I seek God for the final instructions of my life, then so be it. Girl, she stayed in a hotel, girl. Not even a hotel, a motel, girl. Oh my gosh. And she still got on the same girl, y'all. I don't know who is on this line, but they talked about me so bad, y'all. Oh my God. God gave the instruction, right, to my husband and I that everything must go. So all my clothes, all my shoes, everything. I'm talking about all my little bags. I only had, well, I had a Louis bag, right? I'm talking about all my bags. I'm speaking it in existence. But I had another purse too, but the Louis, that was my thing. And it wasn't no little Louis. I don't know why people wear these little tiny honey. I shrunk the purses. No, this thing was a whopper. You hear me? Like when I stepped, and that thing was real. It was getting old, so I get a little browner. I mean, it was the real deal. But God had us give away all of that stuff because those things was making me. I was attached to it, so I had to give it away. And to make a long story short, I went from having like red bottoms. I had one pair, but they were black. I wore with everything. So to me, I had like hundreds. Like, but God had me get those away. He just had me get those away, y'all. And when it was all said and done, I had some Dollar Tree slides, some black ones, because they go with everything too. Oh my God. They talked about me so bad. And I had a Family Dollar dress. I had no outfit from Family Dollar, baby. They talked about me so bad, y'all. But I had to have my head down and know that it's just a matter of time that my time is coming. Like I can't focus on, I see you, girl. I see you or whatever. You got your Nordstrom bag on. You got your Toy Bird slides with the French on the toe. I see all of that. But if God told me when I was able to do that, okay, let's just say God bless you and you get $1,000 and you want to go to the mall. You want to go and do this and that so fast. But God is like, nope, I need you to take that 1,000. I need you to give this person 200 because that'll help them pay for a couple nights at a hotel. Then I need you, it's cold outside, so I need you to go get some blankets and stuff and some, sweaters and stuff for people. And then I need you to go and get some cheeseburgers or whatever for 50 people. Like he gonna have you doing stuff that you like, wait a minute, like what about me? But God is saying, baby, I got you. But in order for you to get to where you going, you got to help the next people get to where they going. Like you got to help people. You got to help people. You talk about nails, lashes, and Nordstrom's and Tory Burch shoes and French toes and stuff like that. You gonna get all of that. But in the meantime, between time, I need you to be building up that spiritual account because, like I said earlier, when you build up that spiritual account, it's just a matter of time that natural baby is going to manifest because of the work that you have been doing behind the scenes. The work that you have been doing behind the scenes, when that curtain is closed and a play is about to start, the work that has been going on behind the scenes, you don't know because it's behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? All we see is lights, camera, action, and then that camera, those curtains just, unravel or whatever, and we see, all of these beautiful, pictures and people, and they're in their costumes and the piano out. Like we see all of the shebang, but what was banging on behind there, we don't know. We don't know, but all we see is before. It's like, wow, it's so pretty. Everything is so put together. But before, it seemed like everything was falling apart. You got the director yelling at people, I told you costumes. And then you got people, whatever, playing on the piano, and then you got people like, not in order. And I'm talking about mama is sweating. She is just telling people, come on, it's about to be showtime. And, people just, before they got in alignment, they was just acting a donkey back there. Then over time, when people start, playing around, then everything got together. But we didn't see all of the chaos going on behind the scenes. We didn't see all of the extra that had to be done before it was showtime. We didn't see that. See, it is kind of like how God has his people. Like, it's so much stuff that God have us doing behind the scenes. He got you giving to this person, giving to that, praying for this person, praying a sinner's prayer so they could get in the kingdom, and telling people it's going to be okay and your situation isn't okay. You sitting up here, crying like, God, where are you? And he's like, I'm right here. And he's like, and I still need you. You just got a little bit of strength. You got 1% of strength. Excuse me. But he's telling you, and I need you to pray for 10 more people. And then you praying for them. And then God is like, okay, I know you hungry, but I need you to fast one more day for me. And you take that money that you was going to buy you something to eat. And you go ahead and buy some more cheeseburgers or whatever. So you can feed Tutu and them down the street or whatever. And you like, God. And you just like, it just seemed like, it's just like, oh, are you kidding me? God stretches you to the max. Like, but he's doing something on the inside of you. Like the stuff that's going on in the spiritual or whatever, if you only knew, you would be glad to do it because you know, like, oh my God, like my change is coming. While people are laughing at me and talking about me like a purity dog, like it doesn't matter because they just don't understand. Like when this blessing hit, it's like God catapults your life to where it's like you haven't never been through anything. But all of that stuff that you had to do behind the scenes, like they don't know. You know the story. Oh, you see my glory, but you don't know my story, or something like that. That is so true. People don't know whatever it is that you have to do before you get to, oh my gosh, look at her, look at him. They don't know what you had to do. But I'm telling you right now, you're gonna have to sacrifice. Yes. You're going to have to do what you don't want to do, y'all. That's just how this thing works. I didn't want to do nothing that God wanted me to do, but I had to do it. Because one thing I know, and I'm wrapping it up, one thing I know about God is that his instructions, they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. Like people, they go somewhere and they think like, oh, God to give me another instruction. But no, he will keep you at that same instruction and your life will stay in that same stagnant place until you do the first instruction. Because when you do the first step, then God to give you the next step and then the next step like that. That's why he says the steps of a good man, they're ordered. But if that woman don't take the first step, you can't possibly think you're going to go to the stage. That's why the devil has you skip the first step, which is seeking God first, because he knows that if you skip that step, it can literally be detrimental. If you going down some steps, if you miss one step, you can literally die from that one step because you slip. The devil want to slip everybody up, y'all. He want to trip everybody up, but don't get tripped up. Get in alignment. Get in alignment with his principles. No matter what it is that God is telling you to do it. And you're going to see like it was worth it. It's going to be worth it in the end. Y'all, when I had to give up my Section 8, when I had to give up everything, and God said, stay at this homeless shelter. And we stayed at 3 homeless shelters. At times had to sleep in the car. Stayed with people, stayed in hotels, motels. It was no Holiday Inns, no luxuries like that. This was just my journey. The house got foreclosed on 2015, and ever since then, it's like God has just been like leading us to different states, just leading us. It's truly been a journey. My book is called Jeff and Shamir Finding the Way Out on Amazon, and I go into depth about like the different things that we encountered along the way for our journey. But this has been going on, y'all, since 2013, like when God first gave me my encounter. Like my life has forever changed since May 2013. It's just been nothing but sacrifices and stuff. But now, God is so faithful and grateful because he's bringing us into rest. He's bringing us into a rest. Now we have a beautiful apartment. I love my place. I didn't even see this coming. I got a letter in the mail and it says your name came to the top of the list for our income-based apartments. God used Tampa Housing to bless us or whatever. And it's like, oh my God, I didn't even see that coming. But they said your name got picked like a lottery system or whatever. And my name got selected. It's so many people, but they selected our name to help us. And it's like, what is the odds of that? We were staying at a hotel on Bears, Marco Suites or whatever, by the IHOP. We was there before God had us here. And I remember crying out to God, like, please, God, like, if you don't help us, we can't be helped. It's crazy out here. They talk about 3-4 times the rent. We don't even have a half the time the rent. What are you talking about? And then y'all can only imagine the more they shake it up, 3-4 times the rent, they're going to want 5-6 times. Like you have to have your foundation in God. He got to be guiding you on what to do, your next steps, because you are not going to be able to figure out this life on your own. You got 2 jobs because one ain't even enough no more. You see, that's not enough. And then when your 2 jobs is not what you're going to work 3, now you're killing yourself for real. And then a lot of parents be like, I die for mine. No, we got to live for our children, especially if we ain't cracked this code. If we haven't tapped within our purpose and we can't leave, nothing for our children's children. That's what God said. But if you can't do that, if you ain't even, what is you talking about? Like, we got to live as long as possible. We have to do whatever it is that's going to have us live as long as possible so we can have our children set up. And even if you don't have no children, you still need to be set up, because the dangerous thing of you saying that you're going to be mediocre, it's a possibility that you're not even going to make it into heaven. I'm just going to keep it a buck 50 with you. Why? Because God says the cowardly is not making it in. So that means that in order for you to get whatever it is that God has for you to get, you got to be bold as a lion. You got to tap within. And that takes guts, baby. That takes courage on a whole nother level, because you're going to have to go through some stuff on a whole nother level. That's why people just sit there and then they doing this religious stuff talking about God won't he do it. And God is saying, no, he would not do it because you ain't do your part. I don't know why people are talking about this supernatural spiritual bank account stuff. Yes, it can happen like that, but from my from being on this journey, it don't work like that. And then people talk about it just sow a seed. It don't work like that either. My husband and I have tried that or whatever. It don't work like that either. See, I'm sucking all these berries. And that's why they not gonna like me. Share this video, share this live, like they be saying. Get this word out here. They not gonna like it because they are telling people stuff that's gonna have them stuck in the wilderness. That's why Shamir like, girl, get your butt up here and tell my people the truth, because it's gonna be the truth that set them free. God is just bringing my family out. Like, we're seeing miracles. Like, y'all, I'm telling y'all, this thing is going down over here. Like, but y'all don't know how much work I didn't put in over here. I didn't put in some work. I didn't put it. My husband and I, my family, even my children, like, we've put in work. So people are going to be like, girl, what in the world? Like, when this thing really, really voila. And I'm just going to be like, you just got to do the word. That's why the devil, again, he tries to make it so hard for us to do the word, because he knows that the word works. If you work the word works if you work the word. You got to work it. You have to work it. And when you work it and do your part, God will do his. God will do his. So again, let's get in alignment. Whatever it is that we need to do, do it. We be holding our own self back. We be holding our own self back. We can't hold ourselves back no more. I'm guilty of holding myself back too. It's a lot of things that I was supposed to have been done in my life that I'm just now like doing now. And it's like, God is like, you could have been had what I have for you to have if you would have just got with the program. Like, we got to get with the program. We got to get with the program, not the world's program, the systems of this world, but no, the kingdom living. And when we do that, we're going to experience kingdom living. Okay? So I'm excited. I did my first live stream. I kept talking about it. Y'all, I've been talking about it for almost a month. You see that? And I said today when I was in the shower, like, nope, I'm doing a video today. I made it my purpose and my intention to do a video today, and I did it. And I'm going to get up here again. I'm going to get up here again. I'm not going to let the devil shut me up, because y'all need to know this stuff. Like, seek him. When he give you your instruction, do it. Is it going to be hard? Yes, it is. But can you do it? Yes, you can. Okay, so I love y'all. Until next time, peace.